Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Zero Excuses podcast and our Wheelbook Wednesday edition of the show. If this is the first time you're checking out the show, welcome. And this is a short show that I bring to you every Wednesday, obviously, where I share with you a random thought that I've had throughout the past week or so, jot it down in my Wheelbook, and then I break it down for you here on the show today. We also have a Deacons of Discipline series where I share a passage out of a book or a soundbite from a powerful influencer, and I also break that down for you into some actionable strategies. And then we also have a longer interview show that we drop every Tuesday where I have some powerful conversations with some of the world's most successful athletes, entrepreneurs, and business leaders, and extract their thoughts and their strategies and bring those to you so that you can implement those in your life. But today, what I want to talk with you guys about is how to remain nimble while planning. All this month, we've been talking about planning and topics around planning. And what I want to kind of dispel the notion of here today is the fact that when you lay out a plan, that you don't back yourself into a corner with no way out, or that you don't give yourself room to maneuver if you come across new information or new strategies, or find out that really isn't the best plan overall. I'm by no means perfect at this myself. Recently I caught myself sticking with a plan but not considering and ultimately acting on new information. And this is why I want to share this with you, because if I had been a little more self-aware and more aware of the fact that I was kind of sticking to a plan that was put together with old information, and I didn't use that new information and consider that information to make a new plan and make adjustments to the plan that we had come up with. So anyways, that's enough of me rambling. Let's get into some 4 keys to being nimble while you are executing and formulating a plan. The first one is to stop simply trying to craft the perfect plan. I believe it was General Patton that said, a good plan violently executed now is better than the perfect plan executed next week. And the other thing to keep in mind with this point is that you're more likely to be willing to change your plan if you haven't invested so much time into crafting this perfect plan. And the second point here that I want to make is you have to adopt a mindset, and I'm going to define this with a quote from Jeff Bezos from Amazon, is that you have to be willing to divorce the strategy but remain married to the result. And what this means to me is that you have to have some sort of vision or some sort of end state in mind when you formulate any sort of plan. The third point is always assess your progress or your results, or gauge your progress against some sort of milestones as you make progress, as you're executing your plan. One thing that I like to do, and I did an episode recently on that. I'll drop the link in the show notes so you can go back and listen to that. But you have to hot wash or do an after action review after every single day when you execute this plan. What went well? What sort of feedback did you get? How can you implement and improve yourself the next day? What do I need to change with my plan that I've learned today? And you always need to, no matter how bad your day went, you always have to extract those golden nuggets out of the day and digest them and then implement them into tomorrow and adjust your plans accordingly. You got to ask yourself, is what you're doing actually working? And you need to give yourself a dose of reality every now and again. And the fourth and last point that I want to make is you have to be willing and humble enough to ask for and also receive feedback. I know that everyone likes to jump to becoming offended or becoming defensive when someone pulls you aside and offers you feedback. But those are the very people that I think that you need to surround yourself with, and those are the people that are going to give you honest and open feedback and aren't going to be afraid to see your blind spots for what they are. And sometimes it might be harsh to listen to, but that feedback that you're going to get is important. And sometimes you just need to sit there and just soak in that, sometimes that pain and maybe even that fear a little bit. You got to feel that stuff, but not run from it either. You have to recognize that those are opportunities for you to grow and for you to implement new strategies and new methods about attacking your plan and moving yourself forward. And also, we have to remember that sometimes we get so caught up in executing that we forget to take a step back. And those are the very people that are going to pull back on the reins for you a little bit and pull you out of that tunnel vision that you might find yourself in. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you're finding tremendous value out of this, don't forget to share this with your friends and family. Go on to iTunes and leave us a rating and review. And also check out the show notes for everything that we have going on with our Infinite Results Mastermind, my discipline one-on-one coaching program, and links to the books that I mentioned in this episode. And also check the show notes on how you can support our affiliates and our sponsors of the show. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in, and I will chat with you again on Friday.